Baby, gonna light the night. Gonna
Welcome everyone to the DreamHack Open featuring Fortnite, where we are in day 2 of North American West. I'm Kelly Link, your host, and joining me here we have Monster D-Face and Bala TW. Bala, it was a long night last night. How you feeling today?
Yeah, I recovered. I built a bunch of furniture, so, I'm energetic. We can go into this NA West feeling good. Even though it was a long night, it was a good day because there was a lot of good action. The games were stacked on NA West, which, I don't know, man. It was just really fun to watch.
Yeah, Monster D-Face is someone that got to watch the games from an outside perspective. What really stood out to you in the open qualifiers yesterday?
I mean, the spot-on call-outs, right? You guys called out Arkham. Arkham steps up to the plate. He's been doing it consistently so far. And that was just an open day. What we saw from him last time he was in these solo high-tier competitions is that he gets better as time goes on. So I'm interested to see if he's aging like fine wine or not.
Yeah, the top players coming out from both heats yesterday was EP Jacob and Extra Knives. Nothing too surprising there, but maybe you guys weren't able to follow the action yesterday. You were busy. Well, Shio has a recap for you.
Hey guys, Shio on vacation wager here, and you're watching the DreamHack Open featuring Fortnite. Now it's the NA West weekend, and day number 1 was packed with crazy highlight plays and action from the bottom all the way to the top of both heats. Let's jump back, watch the recap, and see exactly what you guys missed. Hope you enjoy. Kit thrives, thinks in the zone 2, and Jacob, this is, I think, the 6th think he's dodged this game. The RPG is still raining down. There's still 3 people left.
And he possibly catches no. Right below that shotgun, not there. Mars, who was in the top. Yes, again, Wavy Jacob. 2 shots, 2 elims. Okay, trick shots now abound. See if you can actually pull one off. Yes, there's 1. There's 2.
Okay.
Paper. Here we go, finally up above. And the shockwave to height knocks him all the way out. Oh, the shot too. It connects. It connects so hard for High Sky. 16 eliminations, potentially up to 17 right now. Can he find one more connection to actually make that one of the most sickest shots? And then a shockwave, it does connect, and out he goes. He's gone. Say goodbye. No more chance for the player on the outside of the zone. Potentially has some floppers, but no. It's High Sky with the win.
Ranger trying to go for that pre-fire tracking, but it's not possible. Shockwave launcher puts this guy way in the storm. And all Ranger has to do now is hold and maybe get one tag.
Ooh.
There it is. He's going straight for it. A long haul. A shot that's almost taken.
Don't come to our faces. Go to break. What? Quick reload, and now looks in the zone. He has plenty of time to stay in here with the AUG that he has. This guy has no mats, and it pulls out, even pulls back, I mean. A quick reload again, and now I think it should be all she wrote. Yes.
Bala, that karma play, he had like a 16 elim game to fall off the structure and die. What a way to end it.
Yeah, that was one of the highlight moments for me because he's certainly turned up karma on, I think, both the heats. And that's somebody who kind of was new to me in the EU scene last week, but playing all the way across the sea and the Americas onto the West Coast. That's impressive.
And Monster, while we were looking at the recap, you actually mentioned that you were surprised of seeing one of the players. I believe it was High Sky?
Yeah, man. High Sky stepping back into the comp scene. So, he's been a little hiatus, but he's come back now. So good to see him wrecking stuff. I'm very, very interested in seeing how he performs and, just watching his rise back to glory.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how everyone performs today. We have 500 of the best players from North American West. But how do these players get here? Well, we do have the scoreboards for Heat 1 and 2. So let's take a look at Heat 1 right now to see how our players did. And we can see, looking up at the top right there, not much of a surprise coming from Jacob there. And then for DR Storm, one of the most consistent players that we got to see in the open qualifiers. And then Mars taking 3rd place right there. But Bala, any other names sticking out to you?
Yeah, I mean, I see Dubs in 6th place, and remember we talked about how he started off in this one. It was 2 back-to-back wins, then a second, and then another win too. So in Heat 1 as well, which is slightly more difficult. That was impressive to say the least, and that continues a run on performance that I don't think we've quite seen over 2 weeks, essentially, for Dubs in his 2nd place in the NA East Grand Finals last week.
Yeah, and that was just heat number 1. We did get to see 2 heats yesterday. So taking a look at the top 20 coming out of heat number 2, it was getting a little late at night. I know that you and Shio Bala got a little I don't want to say tired, but maybe a little loopy, and even the players started to get a little loopy as well. But looking at the top 3 there, we have Knives, Soft Aimer, and Electrobuzz, one of my favorite Pokemon to exist. Monster, any names that stick out for you?
Yeah, outside of Arkham, of course, being up in the top 5, I want to give you guys, we'll give a little shout out to Nico in 14th place there. Remember, Nico's part of the East Coast invasion as well, right? We gave a little highlight to Dubs doing it across the NA. You got Nico stepping up to the plate as well. He's had some standout performances as of late. To see him continuing to be a part of the conversation right now, it's kind of cool watching someone on the rise and, seeing their competitive, roadmap unfold before us.
Yeah, without a doubt. There's a lot of players here that it's really fun to kind of watch their journey and to learn a little bit more about them as we see them play from month to month. And one of those players is Degen, guys. You might know him, but if you don't, we have an interview with him right now.
Hi, my name is Merrick, or Degen. I qualified for the West DreamHack semis. I'm going to be playing those today. So in the open qualifier, I went caddy the first game, got a lot of loot. I was chilling, won my first 2 games, had a great start, but then I hot dropped at the little boat that goes around the map and died like 4 games in a row. And I almost threw the qualification because of that. But then I went to my drop spot, 30 docks, and qualified in my last few games, and that was fine. Hopefully I can just get top 100. I don't care if I get 100th place, 99th, doesn't matter. As long as I qualify for the finals, I'll be happy. I qualified for grand finals on East, but not on Europe. I only made it to the semis, but I didn't place as well as I wanted to in the grands, so hopefully I can come back, pop off on West, and do pretty good. I had the same approach on West and on Europe because obviously my ping is a lot higher than on East. On West I get around 80 ping, and on Europe I got like 120. So I can't really play for a lot of kills, so I would just loot up, play for the late game, and try to get top 5 every match. Versus on East, I would go for a lot of kills, try and get really good loot, a few launch pads, crash pads, and everything, and go for the win every match. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you all enjoyed, and best of luck to anyone competing.
Now, Ball, is something that Degen said there that was interesting to me is that he says, you know what, in the semifinals, I don't care if I qualify 100th or 99th, as long as if I qualify into the grand finals. Is that the mentality that these players should have getting into the semifinals today?
I kind of err on both sides, right? On one side, I'm like, yeah, it really doesn't matter. But at the other side, I'm like, it's a competitor, right? You want to push all the way to the top of the leaderboard no matter what, just to show people that you're here. But no, I kind of agree for the most part. And we've seen that the semifinals and the open qualifiers section where you place, as long as you qualify, you always have a chance. I mean, the story of Teak back in the Heat 2 in EU, he placed 250th. So yeah, I don't think it matters at all.
Yeah, Monster, what about you? If you were going into this competition, you made it through the open qualifiers, would you be gunning for semifinals to prove yourself, or would you probably be taking it a little easy hopefully going into the grand finals on Sunday?
I mean, more often than not, we see players that do really good on semis, fizzle out come finals day. You don't want to blow all of your good luck on semis, right, when the money's not really up in the air. But there's nothing like setting the stakes and really laying down the foundation so you are the talk of finals. That is equally as important. So having a consistent performance today is important for tomorrow. One thing I did want to talk about, though, is talking about Degen and the way he's changing up his playstyle from East to West. He's trying to pull a Snazzy here. Like, Snazzy from EU pulled up, took 3rd place on EU, and then on NA East went for 6th place, and 2 very different play styles. So Degen just mentioned that he's not going to be able to play the way he normally does. He's going to be taking that backseat and really looking for placement. So I'm totally keeping my eyes on Degen and how he's going to be able to perform today on NA West.
Well, one thing that's going to be helping these players perform is, of course, their equipment. Chat and we on Twitter asked you guys what your favorite piece of gaming equipment was, and we actually have a few social media posts to show you that you guys showed us your favorite pieces of equipment. So let's take a look at those in there. We have it. A reply from Gnarly Davidson. Monster, what's surprising you?
He's got 2 of them things, man. One ain't enough, and the multicolors. I like it.
Yeah, I like the color scheme on those. It's quite nice.
Little modified setup.
Okay, from Mech FN right here. Pretty standard setup. I'm seeing a lot more streamers and gamers with this kind of like, you know, dark light, black light setup with little lights strung about around them and everything.
I like the scheme of everything too. But yeah, actually, Fortnite is probably the place where you see these equipment setups, and you're always going to see a boom arm with a mic on it, because everybody streams. It's really funny.
Right here we have Dust Skywalker, but it's nothing about Star Wars. No, this is a Spider-Man Marvel, and it's a really cool chair. But man, I just don't care for gaming chairs. I'm more of an office chair kind of fan.
Kelly, keep preaching, because, you know, you got to get your back support going. But hey, you know, it's the cool thing to do, all right? These influencers, I don't know where it started, but it's the gaming trend, right? You pick up the chair like that. Same thing with the setups, right? If you ain't got the colorful, you know, tropical lights, are you really a gamer setup, right? It's the basic boy streamer setup right now, just saying.
Oh, speaking of colorful and potential artistry, that's not even a word. We're going to go to the drawing board, everyone. Your favorite part of the open show. Bala, I know that you're really excited to talk about it, but first thing that chat might be noticing is, hey, this isn't the updated map. Bala, what are some of the changes that we're going to be seeing today?
Yeah, just a reminder of what changed on, I believe, Thursday when the water level rose one more time. We've released Logjam. It's out. So I don't know why I'm drawing in a really ugly color. Let's go to yellow. And then Dirty Docks is completely also unsubmerged. You can now drop there confidently time and time again. Craggy Cliffs is out, but more importantly, I think some of this area out here, some of this area over here, and just in general, a lot more landmass, especially in Weeping Woods. There's a lot more trees available so that you can rotate through there like you used to, but it's not quite the same. So there's some angles that you have to be aware of.
Yeah, AKA just like this entire map, guys, is under the big old evolution. But no, honestly, the Fortnite world is ever changing. It's one thing that we love about Epic Games, keeping us on our toes here. And like Bala mentioned, I'm loving that the Logjam's been released. We saw the return of Steamy Stacks, right? The little segment of land here, and more pieces of resources are coming back to the Fortnite world. And it's really rounding out competitive. It's allowing players to get a little more situated, in my opinion.
Yeah, and one of the really cool things too is that, like, even though we saw a lot of changes with the water levels rising, we're still getting the season 3 flavor. We're still getting these random spots that are coming out and staying there. The zip lines all over Frenzy Farm are still staying there. So those are aspects that you have to pay attention to in Endgame, because back in season 2, back in season 1, we didn't actually have those. It might look the same, but it's really not.
Yeah, there's definitely been a lot of changes, especially with it being Fortnite, the ever-changing map that we get to see. But one thing that's not changing, chat, is the tournament structure here. But maybe you're joining us for the first time and you don't know exactly how the DreamHack Open works. Well, I'm here to explain that to you guys. Yesterday, we saw the Open qualifiers, which had tens of thousands of players competing to get the top 250 spots from their heat. With 2 heats moving on to today, that means that we have 500 players competing to be the top 100 to go into the grand finals tomorrow. It's going to be a similar situation that we saw yesterday, chat, where these players have 3 hours to compete 10 games, and they're going to be collecting points through placements and eliminations. Eliminations giving them 5 points each. And then tomorrow, it's the top 100 players, where it's going to be all 100 players in one lobby. So a very different game if you guys were able to catch it last weekend. 8 games is going to be all they're going to have to get the $250,000 prize pool, guys, split between the 3 regions. But I know chat is excited to get into the action. Monster D Face, any expectations that you have getting into game number 1?
Expectations, man, I really just want to lay more of a statement down. I think East is here to invade the West. I'm really going to see how they want to put up that wall, put up that line of defense, and see if the West boys can keep up and hold them out. Because there's one thing about West, is that the elite group of West are well and above and beyond like the norm of, I think, the Fortnite players. But when you put in the grand scope of things, I really do think we're going to see some East presence up there. So just kind of want to see how that's going to unfold today.
Yeah, Bala, same thing. Is there anything that you're hoping to see today?
Yeah, I'm hoping to see the guys who perform time and time again, but also some of those other guys that the community at large doesn't necessarily know, especially those guys that performed well at DreamHack Anaheim. People like Tavern, people like Rex, who got a couple wins under his belt in the grand finals at Anaheim. Those were names that were kind of shown a light on at Anaheim, and I want to see them again here in DreamHack, the second opportunity for NA West.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see which players perform today. 500 players are going to be competing, and only the top 100 are going to be moving on tomorrow. But before we get into the first game, everyone, we do have a quick break, so don't go anywhere. Fortnite's coming up after this.